me. God, annoying. Is our chipper? We don't have the stump cutter? No. That's cool. I'm up here by the store anyways, I'll go buy it. And the other thing I wanted. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, falls under that. Want the track skidder, buy it. And we want the stump cutter, buy. And then I think it might fall under trucks. Not this type of truck, but nope. Other one. Cars. Quit doing that. Damn it. Stop it. Stop it! Fuck. Quit going to the brands, you fuck. There it is. Buy that. And then I think I might fall. There it is, right there. How much is this? 12 grand? Alright, easy. We need one of these. It's kind of funny how this thing hooks up. Come on, you fuck. I know you'd fit under here. Boink! That's why we always leave the gooseneck attached. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get out of the Ford. We'll get here in the boop. Load this up on here. That's pretty close. No straps on here. Oh yeah, there is. Ha 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 ha! The tension straps don't even hit it. Nice. Safety first. So the goal of this F450 here is to go get the other implement. It's a 3-part job. Yeah, I love how the interior is sitting in the back seat. Yeah, Uncle Jesse's truck's still sitting up here. As you can tell, if any of you guys have played the Westbridge map before, me and Mike did a lot of tree clearing last night, which is the reason why I've got the stump grinder now on a gooseneck, because we had bought the chipper over there. It was causing him a ton of lag though. So we're gonna just park this thing wherever it isn't in the way. Yeah, up damn it, counter steer. What are you hitting over there? It's all off terrain. That works. Ramp down again. Alright, now we gotta get this no ass motherfucker up on. No. We need to get this no-ass motherfucker up on the trailer. Has absolutely no power. No brakes, no sound. Come on, get up in it. Go! Struggle's real. Alright, cool. So now we got our, hell, I could have another skid steer on there. Not that I need it. Alright, so, going through our inventory of shit here. Obviously, we're using the big Bud tractor here. But, for now, seeing how I'm the only one doing this one, we're going to go to 120 scale time. And I'm going to attempt to harvest. Well, not attempt, but I'm going to harvest 17, 16, 15, and 10, 11 we haven't planted yet. Which, actually, you know what? Oh, no, I don't want to put it on off sequence. I was thinking about seeding it. So now we're just going to sit here in 120 time until it goes through. But you got to admit, it looks a lot better. There used to be like 3 trees up here in this corner. Used to be trees all down there. We took out all the trees going across the backside of 15 there. We took all the trees out that went between 18 and 16. We took all the other ones from 16, cleaned up around the farm so you can actually see the shit, but left enough trees to where it looked good. I think the next goal will be is if we buy 18 to go up there and clear all those trees out. But to touch on other things that we have, this is a 90-foot flex draper head. Got that off of Modland. And then this is the stock CR1090, but it was re-scripted by Cody, and he made it to where this thing holds 100,000 liters instead of the 14.5. Modded the fuel on it too. And then these little flagel trailers down here will hold 200,000 a piece. So you just went and scripted those too. And then of course we've got our modded Peterbilt truck, badass. But yeah. And he modded, he scripted the fuel to hold 13,000 liters of fuel. Plus, I believe we're using the auto header mod, which is really, I kind of like it because once you get going, it auto lifts and drops the head for you. We've got the session counter. So far, total we've done 131.3 hectares. That's the total count. And then it'll do a session counter, and it'll also show up there in the upper left corner of the controls how many hectares per hour that we're averaging. So nice little mods to have for it. Although it does fuck with the couldn't tell if it was the head mod or if it was the this header or if it was the lift and automatic lift and drop of the header. But it completely broke the hired help. I forgot what we planted. I think this might be soybean. It's looking kind of like soybeans. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got soybean all the way. Damn it, field 8 and 9 had to do it too. I don't see any beans on it yet. We're in stage 2 of growth. And our placeable seed tank mods. Now the Big Bud is actually, oh sweet, they harvested. The Big Bud is amazing, despite being a self-articulating tractor. This is an 84-foot cultivator slash sower, and then we've got the Seedhawk 980 cart behind it, which holds 34,500 liters of seed and fertilizer, so it's pretty freaking huge. And the coolest part is with this thing, when it's folded up, it's a bit of a bitch, but check this out. You can open your fertilizer tank and just drive up to the side of the tanks. It'll fill it, and then you can switch from fertilizer over to seed. And then when you're done, you can close it all back up. It's pretty cool. Undoubtedly the best $15 ever spent on DLC. Hopefully they harvest 8 and 9 before we get around to doing this harvest. Ooh, soybeans are taking a hit. And we still haven't hit stage 3 of growth yet. Now we do own field 11, but once again, at the time we bought it, it was really, really freaking late, and I did not feel like sticking around to seed that thing out, so it's got potatoes in it right now, and we're just gonna have to cultivate over it. So once I get done, the method I'm gonna use today, since I'm solo farming it, is I'll harvest, get it to wherever the harvester shuts off, and I have to dump the trailer. And alright, there's stage 3. Get it to where the harvester is having to be unloaded, and then catch up with the Big Bud and just repeat process. So let's turn that on, lift ahead, and it should work once we get up there. Pull my view out a little bit. And more importantly, turn that off. We're all set up. Well, now we're all set up. Safety first. We got a little treescapade last night. Our safety counter at the farm got reset to 0 days safe working. Come on. Look, we can adjust it. Now I'm just waiting on that field to flip. You can see we have plant growth on fast, no plant withering, no periodic plowing, and 1 fertilizer state. And we turned off the helper buy stuff because we don't use helpers. Dirt's on fast as well, but damn it, come on, hurry up, turn over to stage 4. Now with this 90-foot header, it's nice because, like when Mike's in here, he can start, and I'll give him about maybe a quarter field advantage one pass, quarter filled. Oh, let's see this. Can we hit it? Yep. Real time. Cruise control is on. We're farming. But no, I'll let them get to probably right about here. And then I'll start taking off with the Big Bud, seeing how whoever made this head scripted it to where the harvester will harvest at 9 miles an hour instead of 6. That's exactly what the Big Bud tops out at, is 9 miles an hour. So as this thing's filling up, every 1,000 liters is 1%. This is actually going to take quite some time, seeing how I'm going to have to double duty everything. We'll work one field at a time, harvest first, replant second. Now, when we get to the end of this field, you'll see what the automatic header mod does. Big Bud sometimes leaves little strips like that because it is a little twitchy being an articulating tractor, but nothing I can't live with. Now see, we get to the end, it auto lifts the head for us. I know some people call that laziness, but it's actually nice to just be able to go, and then when we get back to the field, boop, drops right back down. And it also has an alerter when it hits 80% in the hopper, and then another alerter when it hits 90. So with that being said, I'm going to sit back here and get the harvesting, which I should be able to do this entire field without dumping out. I should be able to do 17 and 16. But if I make the entire field here, I'm obviously going to chase it with Big Bud, so I don't have to get too far behind on the plowing and cultivating, seeing how it does do both. Now, before, YouTube never had a problem with me playing the internet radio, as long as I wasn't monetizing the video. But lately, they've gotten a stick up their ass or whatever, and even if I don't monetize the video, they still cut the audio out of it. So I resorted to the last-ditch effort of still being able to have music. I've got my iPod with earbuds inside of my G930s, so I can still listen to music. Like I can barely hear that harvester running at all. And the first part of that head is no collision too, which is nice. Yeah, we could definitely do this field. We do 16 and probably 10, but I don't know if I want to stretch over to 10. And then, well, yeah, it probably makes sense because 10's not really that big of a field. I think the only downfall of that skidder chipper that we have is that it has no balls, no sound until you turn the header on, and that's all you hear is the cutter. But it literally has no power going up hills. I think Arca brakes are better than the brakes on this thing, or on that cutter. But now that we've got the Ford and the gooseneck, we're good. And my dumbass bought field 17, or 11, what the hell that is over there. I bought field 11 when I was planting with potatoes, so yeah. I do have modded sugar beet harvesters and potato harvesters, but I'm not going through all the hassle of planting it. I'm just going to cultivate over it. That's what we did with 15, because it had, I think, sugar beets. think when we did wheat, we had 2 trailers completely maxed out. So we had 400,000 liters of wheat, and we cleared almost a $500,000 on that one. I think it was 485,000 and change. But the biggest thing is we did not use any money cheats. We started out with a $300,000 loan. We leased a lot of our equipment. The first thing that we bought was a harvester. Sold off all the stock stuff. Then we moved up to a Pronto seeder / cultivator. And then I decided it was time that we needed to put the big head in, and I forgot that the stock tractor, the one that you just buy from the implement shop, was scripted to where it holds way more. So that's when I was like, okay, we need the flagel as well. And we had 2 Amazon condors. I had a modded one that did everything, but the downfall on that one is, unlike the other condor, which, since it's a direct sowing machine, it cultivates as well. When they modded it, you had to cultivate it. So we had a cultivator, we had to have 3 tractors. It was a pain in the ass. We did away with that. And then we decided just to buy the big bud pack, and it worked out in our favor pretty well. This already would have been 3 offloads easily. Seeing how 14.5 is 29. 29, we're coming up on our 4th offload if we were using the stock capacity. Now, worst case, what happens is that field 8 and field 9 get harvested and it drops the price of soybeans to the floor. We'll just silo them. Well, we can't really silo too much because the silo only holds 100,000. Sometimes they'll sit on a crop until it goes back up. And I'll have to pay close attention once we start planning, because I'll have to look and see what is down at the time and start planning it. So we've got 5 fields that we're going to have to do. Well, 6 fields, no, 5. Actually going nice and fast. We're doing, already we've harvested 5.46 hectares, or as Mike likes to call it, hectacles. Total amount now is up to 137. Well, there we go, 137. It's nice now not having all those damn trees around the field. We can just go straight from field to field without having to play Russian roulette between the trees. You know, having to fold up the header. Well, you can't fold this header up, you can only tow it. But no folding up big bud, I can just drive straight through now. The only thing that we did notice is with Mike playing on a P2P connection with me being the host, anytime that I was running that chipper, his ping would go up to about a 10,000 and he couldn't do anything. he was cutting them with a chainsaw. Then I'd come in with the cutter and just absolutely annihilate it. And then, for some reason, he couldn't really work the skid steer stump grinder. I can run that thing like a boss, so I jumped in that. Alright, let's see if we can get to 60% here, which would be 60,000 liters. The other pain in the ass is I've got ground response on, which is why you see the harvester bouncing so much. When this thing fills up, it's ridiculous. You can't stop it, and if you try to unload or offload on a hill, the tractor will start sliding, or if you're trying to offload on a field where it's on a slant, the tractor's going to start sliding down the hill sideways. It doesn't really do it so bad with the wheeled version, but the tracked version, for some reason, is absolutely horrible. You know, I think we actually might be able to get 16 as well. I'm going to try and get as much as I can out of one harvest, because it takes literally like 5 minutes to empty out 100,000 liters. So we're at 60 now. We might be able to get a few passes out of 16. So nice not having the trees. Let's drive right there. Sorry, 61%. I think we're pretty good here. I'm going to have to do a lot of chasing now with that big bud. Especially once we get to field 15. Which is straight ahead of us. Normally you can tell where it is because of the trees that line it, but no, we killed those. They're gone. They didn't stumped everything. Much cleaner look around the farm. No having to finagle around stuff. Yeah, we might actually be able to get a few passes in on this. Sad part is I can make a straight cut up into 15 and it would make a difference, but I don't want it to drop the head. Yeah, I do believe we'll be able to get 2 fields in 1 harvest here. The only thing I don't like about this header is it's, with it being non-collision, it'll actually go through the ground. Or it'll harvest when it's way up in the air. Now we originally had intentions last night of doing a full harvest, but the trees kind of took a lot longer than we expected. Between the cutting, the chipping, and the stump grinding, it took a lot longer than we anticipated. But we'll easily be able to get this field, and I guess I'll offload into the yellow Peterbilt up at the top of 15. And then when it fills up, we'll just bring the other one, which is supposed to be a black truck, but it ended up being gray. %. gotta be careful with big bud running through here too. Thank God I didn't try dropping the head there. So now we're up to 140 hectares total. Another mod that we have in here is the repair vehicles. That way we don't have like astronomical running costs. After every harvest we'll go through and it's the Z key on the keyboard. So I'm playing on a Xbox One controller, it's a lot easier. It unfortunately doesn't support Fanatec products, so I'm not on the pedal. But you hit the Z key, walk up to it, and see how much it's going to cost. Hit Z, and boom, your equipment is repaired. I don't know if we'll max out a trailer on this. The other thing with this automatic cutter head thing is you have to also manually offload the grain, which is the R key. Not to be confused with R Kelly. So that'll put us at probably 86, or just under. Yep, just under 86%. I guess I'll just keep harvesting until this thing hits 100%. So we'll make our way over to field 10 here. If we can get 15% off of one pass, which I highly doubt is going to happen, see how the head just dropped to the ground? We'll keep going as long as we can with this thing, and then I'll just jump from Big Bud. Now what I like is this field used to have a dog leg in it back here. That part right there used to be the dog leg. Whoever made this map did a great job moving all the buildings and stuff out of the way. So we still have 10% more that we could build this up. Hopefully I can get to the bottom of the field so when I offload it doesn't slide. But wherever it stops at 100% is where I'm gonna offload, or I might just wait till you. Uh-oh, nope, we're not doing this. Come on, drop. Damn it. Stop glitching. I hate how it does that sometimes. Stop doing that. Alright, so what we're going to do since we made it this far, since we don't own this field over here, we're just going to park right about here. Get in our yellow truck. We got a lot of catch up to do with the cultivator, so we're going to let this offload down here in another field. There's no way in hell I'll catch up before this thing's done offloading. So, manual offload. Alright, now is where we gotta pay attention. What is selling or what is not selling the highest? So right now barley's down for the most part. Sunflower's going up. Soybeans are what we're harvesting now. I think we might do barley. You guys can hear that awesome Detroit spool up. Alright, so seeder is turned on and we are going. So we will be doing everything in barley, including field 11. This is going to be more than 400,000 liters. Awesome. Metallica's Done Justice for All playing in my headphones. Now, this is still a bit tedious when you're just doing it solo. Having that second hand around always helps. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make straight passes out. I'm going to keep going into field 11 and take care of this while I'm right down here. So it's going to take longer than normal to cultivate all this. So that way when Mike jumps on later tonight after work, everything will be ready to go and he'll have a shit ton of barley. He'll probably hate me for that, but we'll have a shit ton of barley to plant. Now part of me wants to believe that when you cultivate a grown crop into the ground that it kind of does the same thing that oilseed radish does. Or I highly doubt it does, but placebo effect. The other thing I noticed with Big Bud is you've got to make it really wide at turns if you want it to be smooth. Now we're going to see the speed on this thing drop big time. Probably dropped to about 6. I just keep looking over at the farm. I can't believe it looks so good after all that work we did last night. Probably could drop a seed tank and a fertilizer tank over here in this field too, up in the corner or something. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight across first and work that section over there. So we'll just go straight across. And then I might, once I get to the end, swing around and hit that dog leg over there. We were going to go with the triple tires. But this thing is so freaking huge. I think with the triple tires, you actually lose 3 miles an hour. Now this is the bigger one. There's 2 different versions. You get the big button 450, and you get the one that we are using right now, the 747 with a 16 valve Detroit. I should have made my pass down that way. We just cut the dog leg off. Now what I'll do is let's make a good swing and I'll catch a little piece over here. Oh, nope, get over. Good enough. This dog leg isn't really that big, so it's not really worrying me. And that harvester probably maybe just finished emptying now. Maybe. Now see, obviously the next fields, if we buy these ones, all those frickin' trees going up and down, they're all gonna get eradicated. Which is why I bought the F450 and the 40-foot gooseneck. So once again, wide swing. Well, for a dirt road, that's got one hell of a speed limit on it, 55. Kind of want to just get the end roads here done first. That way when I make my turns with this thing, I'm not having to go way out in the road and risk pinning this damn thing in a tree, because with this being an articulating tractor, it is a pain in the ass to try and get unstuck when you get it jammed up against something. But it does help having the 84-foot excuse me, 84-foot toolbar. I see all these trees down here by the mill. Those are going to go away too, so we can see our cell points easier. The mill is just absolutely covered in trees. Now there are rail lines in here. There are no trains, which is what I like. And this part of the dog leg is probably going to get done the old school way. Now I was very hesitant since it first came out. I was like, oh yeah, I'm not buying that because we'll just mod something like that. Didn't feel like having the hassle of conflicting mods, and honestly this is probably the best $15 spent on a game that for additional content. This tractor is awesome. The toolbar is awesome. The seat cart is amazing. Well worth the $14.49 or whatever. I think it was on 10% off. Alright, so now we got 2 end rows. I'm gonna lift the seeder. Now we're going to get that up pass over there and try and get a couple turns that way. Turning the seeder off always helps too. And I can lower it all I want. I'm not going to drop the speed. Turning the implement on just uses so much power. Remember back in the days of, I think it was FS13? Yeah. FS13, if you overlapped your seed passes, it would still use seed. But once you've seeded an area, thank God it was that way in 15 too. Once you seeded an area, you didn't ever have to worry about overlap because it doesn't use seed on parts that have already been seeded / fertilized. trying to work here and get this dog leg done. And obviously you can see we still have field 17 there, field 16. And I got a starting pass in field 10. The only thing, my only complaint about the Big Bud is it's got a camera there on the back end, and there's a monitor in the cab right there. They don't work. I want to be able to turn that camera on and see what my toolbar is doing without being in super hyper extended outside mode, because I bet this thing's zoomed all the way out. Probably definitely going to be more than a $4,000 or 400,000 liter harvest. Now, I don't believe this is a 4X map either. Occasional in the other section. I almost thought about just making straight up and down passes through the dog leg. I also noticed that counter steer is your best friend here unless you want to make a really wide turn like this. I really should have stuck with field 17 first, but it kind of made sense. Might as well get this thing knocked the hell out. This tractor's just so damn cool because of its sheer size. I think the biggest thing that just screams America about this tractor, 16 valve Detroit, 1100 horsepower. That's ridiculous. That wide turn's gonna be a lot better, so we'll get screwed with a down pass. I'm obviously overlapping so I can make a full pass on the last one. I hate doing down passes and never turn around, but I think we'll go down, we'll box this field in. Just do alternating back and forth. I think I might have screwed myself. I should have gone in a little further. Time will tell when we make this turn here. ahead and hope we can fit all 84 feeders in. We should be able to, but I think it starts sticking out a little bit more on one side. I don't know, we might make it. Nope. That was my mistake there, though. That's cool, it gives me something to come back and hit on the way up. I'll take care of the dog leg up here. It's weird, it's almost like I missed a little spot over there, but not crop-wise. It's going to be a tricky one here because it comes in on an angle. So we'll just whip a 3/4 turn and run back down straight. Or I might just whip a 180, come back up, and then start from the top of the field down, which would make more sense. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. See, there used to be trees all through here. We cut them all out. Big boy, let's go. That, I think I'm going to cut into that stupid little section I caught last time. Sort of. Really, dude? Really? Really? Did that just piss me off? At least we know our reference point right about here. So now we're just going to work our way down the rest of field 11, and then we'll come back up and we'll probably make a, depending on which way my pass is, we'll start at what is around 17. I think the hardest part of this field has already been done. The dog leg and the super steep drop over here. I don't know, this still might be a little bit steep. A couple more passes here. Damn it, don't. Ah. Not worried about that little section. It's not going to make any sort of impact in, you know, sheer amount of barley that's going in. slowed down to 2 miles an hour. I might drop another one. Nowhere near as bad as it was though. And of course, it's going to leave those 2 pieces there. It's going to take a little longer than expected, but I'm still committed to a full harvest. Looks like we're going to make cars through the uphill pass for the finishing of this field. Possibly not. We'll probably have a little bit of strip left. If not, I will purposely make one. See what happens here. Damn, my iPod's gone today. Went from 2 Metallica songs back to back to Disturbed to old Avenged Sevenfold. They turned shit.